Hi everyone, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I'm Mrs. R. Cynthia, Assistant Professor, Department of Food Processing and Preservation Technology, Faculty of Engineering, Avinashlingam University, Coimbatore. Today we are going to discuss about the module Functions of Packaging. Introduction. Packaging in India until recent years was considered a luxury. This perception was mainly due to the fact that most materials were available for consumption without any packaging, and the packaged materials of the same commodity were expensive. As the consumer awareness and standard of living increased, the need of packaged commodities are also increased. Packaging forms an integral part of food manufacture, providing the essential link between the processor and the consumers. Small family sizes, an increased number of working adults, industrial growth and urbanization, living and eating habits are among the changes that has brought a drastic demand for processed foods and convenient foods, which are mostly depending on the packaging system and materials. After going through this session, you will be able to understand the definition of packaging, its types, factors influencing functions of packaging, effect of environment on food stability and need for protective packaging. First, history of packaging. Packaging dates back when people first started moving from place to place. Originally, skins, leaves and barks of plants were used for food transport. The Greeks and Roman times saw the use of pottery and the start of glass. In the 14th century, woods were used to make containers. After that, 1850, papers were made from wood and the use of paper and glass started. Mesolithic humans used baskets for transportation, whereas Neolithic humans started using metal containers, and pottery jars were used to protect against rodents. In 1550 BC, glass making was an important industry in Egypt, but glass remained expensive in 18th and 19th centuries. Tin coating on iron plates became possible in 1250 AD. In 1825, aluminum was first extracted. Definition. Food packaging is defined as a means or system by which a fresh produce or processed product will reach from the production center to the ultimate consumer in safe, hygienic and sound condition at an affordable price. It is a combination of science, art and technology. It forms a part of production, storage, handling, distribution, retailing and end use. It is also considered as the last output of production and the first input of marketing. Next, let us see about the types of packaging. There are two types of packaging: primary packaging and secondary packaging. Primary packaging, the material that first envelops the product and holds it. This usually is the smallest unit of distribution or use and is the package which is in direct contact with the contents. Secondary packaging. It is outside the primary packaging, perhaps used to group primary packages together. The need for food packaging. Varying trends for food packaging such as urbanization, growing incomes, women in the personal, nuclear families, particular person family circle influence the need for packaging. The picture shows the packaging lifestyle. The purpose of packaging are executed by 3 P's, that is preservation, protection and presentation. The above P's are valid to consumer products. Packaging provides 2 basic goals such as marketing and logistic functions. Marketing function. It provides information about the product to consumer. It promotes the product with attractive graphics and printing. It acts as a medium of communication. It acts as a salient salesman and the final interface between the company and the consumer. Logistic function. It acts as a containment, protection, unitization, convenience and communication. Major function is to defend the product from various exterior agencies which are trying to weaken the product soon after it is processed or manufactured. These agencies are shown below. The order of choice of these agencies next to the product will depend upon the nature of the product. For example, in case of spray-dried powders, moisture will be the number one opponent, whereas for the fatty foods, light may be the one, and for fragile materials, mechanical exploitation may be the one external agency causing damage. The above picture shows that the packaging department is considered to be the nucleus in any fast-moving consumer goods manufacturing company. The package should be designed to provide efficient storage. The design is influenced by the nature and adaptability of the product, such as price or cost, protective level needed to suit the product, handling ability, marketing trends, reusability and recyclability of the material. Therefore, for a design consideration, we should broadly have the following knowledge about the product, about the transportation hazard, about the market, about the packaging materials, machinery and labor. We are going to first see about knowledge about the product. The following information needed to be available regarding the product prior to design consideration are material from which the product is made and the manner in which these can deteriorate, whether plant source, animal source, marine source, etc. The shape and size of the product, the weight and bulk density, its strength and weakness, which part is having long bearing property. For example, X if placed vertically have the load bearing ability than its horizontal position. Moisture critically of the product, whether it is absorbing or desorbing in nature. Example, powders are highly hygroscopic and hence absorbing type, while fresh fruits and vegetables are rich in moisture, hence desorbing type. Compatibilities with the packaging material and vice versa. Physical state of the product, where liquid, solid, powder, granules, capsules, viscous fluids, corrosives, volatiles, sticky, fragile, toxic, perishable or abrasive, etc. How the product can be damaged by mechanical, shock vibrations, abrasions, crushing due to the temperature or moisture or oxygen or light, or due to the insects or rodents, or tainting due to the foreign odor, etc. Biological hazards like ants, rodents, termites and insects. Next, knowledge about transportation methods and its related hazards. Damage in transportation is one of the oldest problem in packaging. The hazard that package may not be adapted, therefore protection is requested against the average hazard encountered. The distribution system is mainly divided into two: private transport system and public transport system. The private system is the one managed by the manufacturer or the distributor himself for the product, but the level of hazards encountered to his product is minimized due to the adequate protection he can provide while in transit, and public transport is through rail, road, ship or air, where the manufacturer or distributors do not have direct control over the system. The distribution pattern of the consumer good is given below. The distribution hazard encountered and which needs to be taken care to decide the packaging material depends upon the mode of transportation, method of handling and storage, and various transportation methods, and the hazards are bullock or horse-drawn cart. It is mainly used for short distance transportation. The products are stacked up to a height of 5 feet in the cart. The drop height up to 5 feet from the road level to the cart. Bumping due to the rough road surface. Directional placement of packages may not be possible. In spite of all these hazards, more than 5% of goods in the rural area still resort to this mode of transportation due to the country roads and less expensive transport means. Next, road transport, mainly used for long and short distance transportation. Package dimensions suit the body dimensions of the vehicle for a maximum space utilization. Delays in journey during rainy season, freight rates generally higher than rail. Lower standard packages may be accepted than in rail. The hazards are stacking height up to 7 feet in the truck, the drop height up to 4 feet from the road level to the truck, puncturing of fiber board boxes by protruding bolts of the sides, bumping due to irregular road surface. Next is rail transport. Issues in this type of transport are as follows. Transshipment is necessary. Pilferage is a major problem. Proper handling and instructions are essential. Packages have to be sent on railway risk. Packages are to conform the rules and regulations of the railway. No problem of interstate transportation. Less interruption of journey in rainy seasons. The hazards are stacking height up to 8 feet in a wagon, vibration due to rail joints and track conditions, shutting shocks, very high temperature in steel wagons during summer season. The next type of transport is sea Packages carried in ships and docks normally faces journey preceded and following by other modes of transport. It requires proper handling instruction in different languages and figures. Freight rates are always by cubic volume. The hazards are stacking up to 15 feet, manual or machine handling, very high relative humidity in the holds, salt spray water in the ducts or on the dock lead to rusting due to the salt content in the seawater, vibration due to engine propelling, swaying due to waves. The next transport is air transport. High freight charges, hence lighter packages has to be used. Limitation on size and weight of packages, less journey time and better handling. The hazards are high frequency vibration of the engine, low temperature and low pressure when flying at higher altitudes. The next factor is transportation cost. Cost would depend upon the many factors like method of transportation, efficiency of transportation, input cost for transportation, allowable time limit for transportation, losses during transportation, cost of the produce that is being transported and other associated cost. Therefore, method of transportation must be selected with aim to minimize losses and optimize the profit. The next one is knowledge about the marketing system. The following information are to be gathered while designing a package for a product. The existing market competition for the product manufactured by others and the type of packaging materials and graphics already with that product. Quantities sold and in which unit pack size. The price of these products. How the product is sold through self-service departmental stores, mail order, door-to-door delivery or through supermarkets. Details about the target group, that is consumers age group, gender, social level, region and income level. The next one is knowledge about the packaging material. Based on the availability of the material, it is classified as traditional or natural and fabricated or modern packaging material. In the past, only two important functions were met to carry the material. The next topic is protective packaging. The quality of the product as they get in touch with the consumer depends on the state of raw material, on process and on situation of storage. Quality diminishes during storage by time. The rate and extent of this reduce depends on the circumstance of the environment. The chemical, physical and biological means of food spoilage are responsible to different ecological factors and the most applicable barrier property of the package differs with each product. Some of the ecological factors and the corresponding related packaging properties are listed below. The effect of environment on food stability and the need for protective packaging. The package influences the quality of foods by controlling the degree to which factors linked with processing, storage and handling can act as mechanism of foods. The processing and storage factors agreeable to control by packaging include light, oxygen concentration, moisture concentration, heat transfer, contamination and attack by biological agents. Under that, first one is light. Foods can be harmfully affected by lengthened exposure to light. Light promotes the subsequent chemical reactions in food oxidation of fats and oils to turn out the complex changes known as oxidative rancidity and changes in various pigments. Riboflavin is particularly photosensitive and when open to sunlight it loses its vitamin value and also activates or sensitizes other components to photodegradation. Ascorbic acid or vitamin C is also quite sensitive to light and it acts together with other components during light exposure. To avoid such changes, a packaging material which is opaque to light may be used or where sight of the product is desirable. The packaging material may be colored to exclude short length of light waves. Amber glass, commonly used for beer bottles, is an example of later. Second one is oxygen. Oxidation reactions are frequently the cause of undesirable changes in foods. One such reaction is oxidative rancidity due to peroxidation of fats and oils in variety of foods. In accumulation, many vitamins, pigments and some amino acids, proteins are oxygen receptive. Packaging can be in command of two variables with respect to oxygen and these have diverse effects on rate of oxidation reaction in foods. The first variable is the total amount of oxygen presented. Another important variable is the concentration of oxygen in food and in turn depends on oxygen pressure. The next parameter is water. The water content of the food is needy on the relative humidity of the immediate environment. Water dealing of foods powerfully affect packaging requirements. Food with high equilibrium relative humidity will be liable to lose moisture to the atmosphere, and this can result in weight loss and deterioration in appearance and texture. Meat and cheese are typical examples of such foods. Products with low equilibrium relative humidity tend to take in moisture, particularly in high humidity atmospheres, and this can also cause a quality loss. The next parameter is temperature. Packaging affects the rate of heat transfer to and from the food products. The temperature increases in refrigerated food products can be held back by the use of insulating containers. Insulating properties of packages are superior in handling and distribution of frozen foods. The package must be able to carry on the changes in temperature, which it is likely come across without any loss of performance or appearance. This is of meticulous importance when foods are to be heated or cooled in their packages. The rate of change of temperature and the type of heat may influence the choice of packaging material. The next parameter is mechanical damage. Both fresh and processed foods are vulnerable to mechanical damage. The cracking of eggshells, the staining of fruits, and the breaking of biscuits are examples. Such damage may result from sudden collision or shock during handling and transport or vibration. Proper packaging can decrease the occurrence and extent of mechanical injury. The choice of strong rigid packaging material, example glass, metal, wood and fiberboard, can lessen damage due to the compression loads. The addition of cushioning material as a part of package can afford against shock and vibration. Next is attack by biological agents. Under that, first one is microorganism. One function of package is to put off microbiological contamination of the contents. In the case of pasteurized products or foods preserving by drying, freezing, curing, this role is essential. The safety of packaged content from attack by microorganism depends on mechanical reliability of the package and on the conflict of the package to penetration by microorganism. Microorganisms including mold, yeast and bacteria cannot go through the plastic films or metal sheets in the absence of pinholes. The possible for growth of microorganism and particular mold on packaged surface is greatest when the surface is subjected to very high humidity. Under tropical conditions, this hazard becomes very important and may need the treatment of packaged surface with antimicrobial agents. Next one is insect infestation. In order to keep away from insect invasion, one must assure that the package contents are free of feasible insect egg or larva and that the package cannot be penetrated from the outside by adults or larvae. In storage and distribution, external package environment should be insect free. Package is likely to provide a protection against insect penetration. Highly polished and slippery surfaces free of debris and dust are desirable. Odor barrier united with cleanliness of surface helps avoid insect attack. Well-formed seals and closures assure protection. Next we will see about regulations. The packaging laws and regulation affecting food products are mainly covered under the Standard of Weights and Measured Act 1976, Standard of Weight and Measured Rules 1977, the AGMARK rules related to the quality specification and need of certain agricultural products. Another first one is Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. FSSAI will be aided by several scientific panels and a central advisory committee to lay down standards for food safety. This law will be enforced through the state commissioners of food safety and local level officials. Everyone in the food sector is required to get a license or a registration which would be issued by local authorities. Every distributor is required to identify any food articles to its manufacturer and every seller to its distributors. FSSAI is an agency of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. GOA is responsible for protecting and promoting public health through the regulation and supervision of food safety established under the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, which is consolidating statute related to food safety and regulation in India. The agency also has 5 regional offices located in Delhi, Guwahati, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, 4 referral laboratories and 72 local laboratories located throughout the India. The next one is labeling. Food labeling is a tool to promote and protect public health by providing accurate nutritional information. It is an instrument of marketing and product promotion. It can reduce the information problem between producers and label consumers, while it also reducing the search cost for consumers. Labeling is any written, electronic or graphic communication on the packaging. A panel found on a package of food which contains a variety of information about the nutritional value of the food item. The objectives of labeling are brand identification, description and promotion. Main function is to inform customers about a product's content and give direction for use. It protects the businesses from legal liability if someone is injured while using the product. The types of labeling are brand labeling. It gives a brand name and trademark or logo. Second one is descriptive label. It gives information about the product use, construction, care, performance and other features. Third one is grade label. It states the quality of the product. The next one is general requirements. Every pre-packaged food shall carry a label containing information. The particulars of declaration required under these regulations to be specified on the label shall be in English or Hindi. Pre-packed food shall not be described or presented on any label or in any labeling manner that is false, misleading or deceptive or is likely to create an enormous impression regarding its character in any respect. Label in pre-packed foods shall be applied in such a manner that they will not become separated from the container. The disclosure of information on food labels in India is primarily governed by the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act of 1954, which focuses mainly on basic product information with less emphasis on health and nutritional information. Recent amendments regarding packaging and labeling of food under Part 7 of the Prevention of Food Adulteration Rules of 1955 mandate the disclosure of health and nutritional claims on food label along with basic information. Contents in food label. As per the Indian regulation, a food label must have a product name and a category of food, an ingredient list in descending order of weight, logo for vegetarian and non-vegetarian food, nutritional fact panel or information which includes energy, protein, carbohydrate and fat, the shelf life, the storage condition, the name and address of the manufacturer, packer or seller, the country of origin, the weight, instruction for use, health claims, establish the relation between a food and disease or medical condition. For example, claims like good for heart, good for growing children, etc. Nutritional claims quickly inform a consumer of nutritional value of a product, for example, low fat or zero cholesterol. Let us sum up the whole thing. The packaging industry is the world's third largest industry sector, next only to food and petrochemical industries. It is also among the top 5 industries in almost all countries with its annual growth rate of 3% to 5%, which is a range even higher than the GDP's growth rate in almost all countries. Present-day innovation and responses to changing consumer preferences and demands have extended functions of packaging from mere protection to include promotion, information, convenience, initiation, and handling. Packaging becomes an adder to 4 P's of marketing, that is product, price, place, promotion, particularly in terms of facilitating branding, product differentiation and identify which is the best communicated at the point of purchase. Thank you.